we grow older. That's why.
Yeah, it's
Now I feel you. You see with the last point that homie was making over here, right? Um, I agree. Look, since this one right here was about the well, it started off as the female thing, right? The female rap being all raunchy, the female rap thing being all um just sexual, overly sexual. You know what I'm saying? Unnecessarily sexual, just to just push. I don't know, push boundaries, push agendas, push what they think looks like a successful female rapper, right? Just by being horny the whole time. And yeah, going for your female friends, if you're a female, that is going for your female friends, boyfriends and things like this, and just this kind of degeneracy. Beyond that, bro, it's the fact that everything starts from somewhere, dog. You see what I'm saying? Everything is initiated somewhere. Um, so I feel like their whole thing is with the whole female thing. They, I don't think that female rappers have gotten to a point where it's even something that feels right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it ended feeling right to just drop something that's about your own life, like just be authentic about whatever else it is besides your se actual life, right? It that ended feeling normal to female rappers with Lauren Hill. I would even what I'm saying, or no, Rhapsody. Yeah, Rhapsody. Yeah, Rhapsody. Rhapsody was really the last one of that dying breed, right? It was a dying breed. The breed is dead. Cool. Now we got this breed that started from Nicki, really Kim, right? I'm trying to think back to as far as my mind can serve me. Yo, it's the enablement of just it's how their male counterpart, or it's what their male counterparts were enabling, bruh. You know what I'm saying? These people that started off, I heard nigga talking about LL Cool J and the greats from all there. What KRS One? He mentioned a whole lot of people. It's like, okay, the generation that was derived from the originators, the OGs, right? What started happening, bro? The markers for success started being what niggas was focused on, right? Just numbers, just attraction, just glamour, stardom, things like that. Because now when we're shifting into like the era that what I mean, your Pox, you know, your Biggies, your okay, those are the only two names that I can recall from those old. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cents, Eminems and shit like that. Like yo, success, nigga. Like hitting the goalpost of goalpost. Yeah, well, hitting goals such as going platinum. You know what I'm saying? Filling up venues. I don't know if it was arenas back then. Yeah, but it probably was arenas. You know what I'm saying? Having fruitful tours, things like that. You know what I'm saying? You had to go, you know, like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because the one that could go the craziest in terms of get because all of that shit is attached to attention. Like going crazy in terms of the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Selling platinum CDs and music and things like that. That was attached to just people's attention. Now, how can retain that the most? Right? Start to sexualize the music, bro. Start to talk about just like degenerate things that a whole lot of people. And I feel like this was the corporate corporate's way of um uh uh you know attaching the music to the audience. So building something that they can relate from. You know what I'm saying? They relate off of the degeneracy. How alcohol is consumed back in there. There wherever they from, wherever they live. You know what I'm saying? These how can I put it, man? These young niggas, brah. You know what I'm saying? I'm even trying to choose my words, like young black men that come from communities where all this alcohol is consumed, drugs are consumed, sold and consumed. You know what I'm saying? Kids are born from just se actual degenerate habits and behaviors and shit like that. So obviously putting that in the music, you know, creates that resonance with the kind of audience that they're trying to get to, which is y'all, the black people, the urban cultures and all that, the urban just communities, right? The black people. They're trying to get to y'all, so they do this. So now there's this aspect of the sexualness of it, right? Since I highlighted the fact that these individuals that coming up, that are coming up wanting to be stars and at least make something out of myself as this ignorant kid that came up, from whatever block, this, that, and the third, you know, type housing. You know what I'm saying? I want an opportunity. So here's how we can connect you with, just being successful with this opportunity. Go ahead, rap. You know what I'm saying? You rap, you rap, you rap, and then the things that resonate with your culture the most end up being what these corporate giants within this music industry, they double down on that shit. They double down on the degeneracies, right? The intoxication, the actual you know wildness and things like that. So now what happens when they doubling down on that, niggas start using video vixens with the biggest cakes. You feel what I'm saying? The biggest this and the third. What this is all just attention retention, retaining people's attention, bro. It's like, yo, it's your people. They're your skin color. You know what I'm saying? You see, she thick too. You know you like that shit. They double down on that shit because it's a thing. Even in general narratives, that sex sells. Okay, let's go ahead. Now, obvious, and this is from the males, you know what I'm saying? These males that were like dominating the scene since back when, just plaques and numbers started being a thing with this rap shit, right? What did y'all expect the females was gonna do when they popped in the scene? They was gonna give the people what these males was glorifying. All that ass, nigga. All that mouth, nigga. All that vile, degenerate kind of speech, bruh. What? All that toxic, brother. So it's not something that just came out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's birthed from something, and it's us enabling all this bullshit, right? Um, I feel like tracks like what's that song? What's that song from Mr. Morel and the Big Steppers? The art of what? No, it's not the art of. We cry together, something like that. Cry together, something like that. Right? He paints like the imagery where it's like, yo, that's how it goes. Like us enabling each other's just toxicities, bro. Sticking with each other like this, right? It's just, and I'm only using that example to just like show you the enablement, how this enabling energy goes. It's just an enablement of all that shit, right? You enable the toxicity, and then obviously, you know what I'm saying? The trickling effect is Ice Spice and Lotto, right? The fast forward end result, Ice Spice and Lotto, and rap music fatigue. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Bro, also just like rap just losing its purity, bro. Losing its essence, dog. You know what I'm saying? Just just when somebody hears rap music, the term rap music, whatever the fuck comes in your head right now when you hear rap music, right? Versus whatever you hear, whatever you see in your head right now versus whatever you would have seen in your head maybe, I don't know, in the 80s or in the 90s when you said rap music. Like, it's two different imageries, two different worlds. You know what I'm saying? And with all of that being said, bro, things evolve, bro. Okay, I'm gonna be a little bit of a devil's advocate. Things evolve, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about this. I'm addressing this mumble rap things. There's people that like connect to that shit. I don't know. Like, you ask me, I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I connect to whatever the fuck I connect to. It is what it is. But there's people that just like look at all this stuff that makes Ty Boogie be all soulful and all sentimental and shit like that. These youngins, they look at all that like, what? Nah, bro, nobody got no time for that, right? But then you know what I'm saying? Like things will always evolve. This thing is moving forward. It ain't no way this thing is gonna regress and move backwards to that boom bap old school blah blah blah. That will only exist within the spaces of the purists. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. Like purists, they still gon' move with the essence of the old school, the back in the day, because that's what got us inspired and shit like that. I can respect that. But even with these kids right now, with how hip hop is for them, 25 years or 30 years from now is gonna, we're gonna get to a point like 30 years from now, it's gonna be their old school, and whatever's gonna exist at that time, people then are gonna look at it at this shit right here like, what the fuck, what? The same way that the kids right now are looking at today's old school like, nigga, what, huh? Who the fuck is supposed to be inspired by this bullshit? You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. It's just, man, come on. It is what it is, dog. But I have been noticing that people have been growing tired of this. You know what I'm saying? Of this genre right here. I'm not
Real.
gonna cap.
But y'all want to hear from